Welcome back, guys, and we got more wrestling and news, rumors, and reports. This is your middle of the week roundup. We got AEW and WWE backstage news, big return to pro wrestling, and all the updates in between. So hit those notifications and let's get into it. Over the next couple of weeks, WWE is going to be building towards their next pay-per-view, their next special event, Crown Jewels. And it looks like this time around, they're trying to make it a must-watch show than just a glorified house show with a bunch of matches, because we already know that WWE is getting paid massive money just to throw in whatever they want without actually giving us a massive build-up to it. Every time the show comes around, it doesn't have the same buzz as many other WWE pay-per-view events, and as I said, one of the reasons why that is the case and why Crown Jewel doesn't feel as important is because they are treated as a giant house show, since WWE knows that most of their core audience is not watching. Andrew Sarian of Mad Men Pro Wrestling Podcast indicated that WWE is looking to change all of that, and they are trying to make Crown Jewel feel like a show that fans want to see. It was also noted that WWE is aware that these events in Saudi Arabia never really have any long-term repercussions, and all of that seems like it will change this time around. In the past, we have seen a lot of things go down in these shows. Undertaker coming back, having a matchup with Goldberg with 1 week of build up, and then after that they just completely forget about it. We got Braun Strowman winning a title that we never got to see it again. So there's a lot of things that go down that don't really get followed up. Maybe this is why we're getting Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, so that they could actually do something there and continue it at a later date and kind of put some importance on what did happen on the show. This could also be why we're getting the King of the Ring and the Queen's tournament, all of which will end on that actual pay-per-view. It kind of does put an extra emphasis to it, so they do try to make the show feel like it is impacting television storylines. Let's see if that holds together with everything else that they're doing on the show, and maybe what other surprises we might be getting to make it more meaningful and have everyone tune in. Lots of news coming out of AEW Dynamite episode this week. They ended up announcing the TBS championship for the women's division, which will play similar to the TNT championship right now, in which it is one of the main titles on the brand, but without them actually saying it, it is a secondary main title. There will be a tournament for this title, and the champion will be crowned on the January 5th episode of AEW Dynamite, which is going to be the episode that Dynamite debuts on TBS Network. After Bobby Fish ended up having his matchup for the TNT championship against Sammy Guevara, they made it official that Bobby Fish has signed with All Elite Wrestling. So one half of the Undisputed Era is already working Wednesday nights once again. So Bobby Fish is All Elite. While he made his debut, we did got a massive return, as during the main event we got the Casino Ladder match, in which the winner of the match will get a future AEW World Title opportunity, and the superstar getting that opportunity will be Hangman Adam Page. As he was the big surprise, the Joker of the match came in there, hit a deadeye on Pac off the top of the ladder through a table. This match went on to be all crazy, but in the end, Adam Page picked up the victory after fighting off Jon Moxley in the final seconds. No specific on when Adam Page is going to be cashing it in or is going to be having that title opportunity, but it looks like they're going to pick up right where they're left off before Adam Page has to step away the last couple of months. The pop that he ended up getting was also insane, so really show how AEW has managed to create some really nice stars. Onto some other news, it looks like Johnny Gargano is adding to the recent rumors. So it was reported last month by Fightful that Johnny Gargano's WWE contract is due to expire on December. Johnny Gargano's latest social media activity is fueling those rumors now that he is on his way out of the company. This is because sometime within the last few days, Johnny Gargano removed the NXT on USA Network reference references from his Twitter and Instagram bio, and instead ended up adding that he is a pro wrestler. It is worth mentioning though that unlike Adam Cole contract situation, WWE have known for a while that Johnny Gargano's deal was coming up later this year. So he has been around for quite a while, literally one of the veterans of the brand, the face of the brand for longer than anybody, I guess. He also wasn't drafted to the main roster, so who knows what the plans are right now. So no specifics on what exactly is happening, but him removing the NXT branding on his social media might be an indication that maybe they just haven't worked out a brand new deal just yet. Maybe they still in the process of it. So Johnny Gargano really just doesn't know where he's going to end up. Will he go back to the indie, Impact Wrestling, AEW, or maybe staying with the WWE? Maybe if he stays in WWE, it might be a situation like Adam Cole, where they want him to stay but on a main roster contract and not NXT. Onto some other news, the rumors continue that someday Dominik Mysterio is going to be wearing a mask. This time around, Rand Satin ended up asking him if he will eventually wear the Rey Mysterio mask once Rey is retired, which Dominik actually went on into more specifics, indicating that most definitely, I think the long goal here, the end game, is to eventually take over the Rey Mysterio name. That's the legacy within it. He's Rey Mysterio. It's only right to make a junior traditional in lucha culture and in Hispanic culture. That's tradition. That's what you do. I kind of just showed up and Dominik Mysterio organically happened. Everything happened so fast. We didn't really get a chance to put little things together, but we definitely have talked about it. He went on to indicate that he will respect his father's decision, and whenever the time comes, whatever that decision will be, he will honor it. It is worth mentioning that Rey Mysterio owns the trademark for Prince Mysterio, so maybe we get a Prince Mysterio that will ultimately lead into King Mysterio, Rey Mysterio. And in this interview, Dominik basically confirmed to us that there is plan for all of that, for him to ultimately take over the Rey Mysterio name and mask and so on. On to some other news, so we got AJ Lee announcing her return to pro wrestling, but it's not WWE or AEW. Instead, she will be returning to WOW Women of Wrestling. There were a lot of huge names that showed up to announce her participation. Women of Wrestling was removed from Access TV, but now they're set to be making a return and reboot on 2022. As for the specifics, AJ will provide color commentary on each broadcast and will also serve as an executive producer. So for now, it's just her stepping in a bit into the world of pro wrestling once again, which means it's interesting to see where that is going to lead her to. That is all the latest wrestling news. Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below of anything that we ended up discussing today. To continue being up to date, hit those notifications. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.